All right, I'll give you an injury update here. We'll get rolling. So, Dawson Knox will not practice. Jordan Poyer, veteran rest day, will not practice. Micah, Leonard, and Terrel Bernard will all be limited. And then Jordan Phillips is back at practice today.
Since we won't have you tomorrow, do you have any projections for Dawson if he'll be able to practice later in the week?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll just take it. I got to take it one day at a time. Yeah.
Is this something from the game though? For
Yeah.
Dawson?
Mm-hmm.
With getting Leonard Floyd back at practice, and I guess how do you overall think the pass rush has done in the first two games? Like, how would you kind of grade overall the performance?
Well, I'm not usually out to grading my players in the media. I don't believe in that. But separate to that, I think they're really playing hard, and I think the rush and coverage is working together, which it should. And but I still feel like there's more in there in terms of what we can do and how effective we can be in both on the rush end of things and the back end as well.
Leonard is someone who was added kind of later in the offseason, that sort of thing. What are his skill sets? Like, what do you think he does? What does he do well out there?
Yeah, he's a football guy. He loves football. He plays hard. He's a leader in his own way, and he's done a really good job of learning our defense in a short amount of time. To your point, he's been a good addition.
Christian decided to retire. Were you surprised about that? And what was it like having him in the building the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, he's a class act, and he made us better while he was here. Certainly understand his situation. He's played. He's used to playing, and he has obviously his reasons for it, and I respect him for it. He's all class, and I heard so many good things about him before he came here. And we tried to get him a few times before, I think via free agency, and then he went elsewhere. But I just wish we could have gotten him maybe a little bit earlier in his career. But appreciate all that he brought to us and the time and the sacrifice while he was here.
What did you see Terrel Bernard able to soak in from him? Just having that veteran presence around him for that time.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you play out there and you've been around the game and the one in that role. I mean, you have years and years of snaps in terms of working in the job that this young player is trying to perform, and there's just so much for a young player, in particular that position, to get accustomed to. It just takes time, and so the veteran presence that Christian was, and the wisdom he was able to impart on TB, just how the game's played, kind of in between the plays, and so that's just that's invaluable.
And then with AJ, getting him back, what does that mean to you? And have you spoken to him? And where's he at coming back, kind of into the mix?
Well, I mean, right now it's a one-for-one type of deal, and we have a lot of confidence in AJ as well, and similar, just in terms of the veteran presence, the wisdom, the experience, and so it's good to have him back.
What do you feel Dalton Kincaid's development is in terms of the well-rounded aspect of playing the tight end position, and would you be comfortable almost assuming Dawson's role should he not be able to go on Sunday?
Yeah, we'll see. Like I mentioned, Dawson's a valuable player for us. We'll see how he trends in the next day or two, and I'll know more then. Dalton has done a phenomenal job of getting himself going in his young NFL career, and he's been physical at the point of attack, and I think that was out there that people didn't think probably in the draft that he was willing or able to be physical at the point of attack, and he's done that. He takes a lot of pride in that, and so does his coach and Coach Boris. So he's done a good job, and he's off to a good start.
Quentin Morris is someone too who obviously saw some snaps last week and did well in camp and all that. What kind of player is he out there, and what does he do well?
Yeah, he brings a lot to our room, to our team. He's a special teams player. He plays when his number is called on the offensive side of the ball, and he's a two-dimensional player for us. So he's also done a good job.
Coach, with respect to the weather forecast down there, it looks like they're going to get 3 days of rain. How much does that trigger contingency plans? Like, when does that kick in? Like right away, or do you wait a little bit? I'm just kind of curious about that.
You know, I've jumped the gun before, and then it doesn't happen, or I've kind of, I guess I'm one of those guys that when you pack to go on a trip, you kind of overpack, you know. So, you know, so. But it's easier when it's easier to. A wise coach once told me or taught me that when you go out to practice in a similar fashion, it's always easier to take, you know, a layer off, and you can't run back in and grab a layer if you need it. So, so we try and prepare ahead of time, but you know, just trying to keep an eye on it and keep as much off the players as we can until they need to know. So.
And Sean, Vaughn's been on PUP now for a couple weeks. Has he started ramping up a little bit, and what's his progress been like?
Yeah, he's working with the trainers. You know, when I do see him, he's extremely hard at work and anxious to get back. So, and I just take my cues from what Nate is saying, and you know, he's working really hard.
What's it been like getting to know Damian Harris over the past 4, 5, 6 months, whatever it's been?
Yeah, you know, it's not often in the division that you see a player come your way, or you know, but he's been a great addition. It's been fun to get to know him as a person, you know, and his new family, and just watch him grow. And like I said before, just, you know, before he was a jersey number and he was on the other sideline. Now he's one of ours, and you get a chance to spend some time with these guys, and Damien in this case, and really be around him, get to know him a little bit, and what his life's like off the field. And he's been a real nice addition for us, and a good running back.
All right.
All right, thanks, Gary.